Hi Facebook friends, it's me, Miss Drew, with the Chickasha Public Library, here for another night of holiday bedtime stories. And tonight I'm going to be reading some that you are probably really familiar with. And I love these characters as well. Clark the Shark and Pete the Cat. And we're going to read Pete the Cat Saves Christmas and Clark the Shark Loves Christmas. Anyone who knows me knows I love sharks. So we're going to start with that one. So Clark the Shark Loves Christmas. Written by Bruce Hale and illustrated by Guy Francis. Let's see what kind of fun Clark the Shark gets into for Christmas. I love it. It was Christmas time at Theodore Roosterfish Elementary, and all the fish were in a flurry, but no one was more excited than Clark the Shark. Christmas rocks, Clark yelled. I love the decorations, and the cookies are even better, he cried. I'm with you, Clark. I love the cookies too. But the caroling is the best, he yodeled. Fa la 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 la. Cool your jets, Clark, said his friend Joey Mackerel. The best part about Christmas isn't munching and crunching and singing too loud. What do you mean? Asked Clark. It's hard to explain, said Joey. Then Miss Inky Dink announced, time for the Secret Santa. Secret Santa, said Clark. I didn't know Santa was a spy. Cool. Miss Inky Dink explained that everyone would pick a name from a hat, and whichever name they drew, you get to get that classmate a gift. But you can't tell who you picked, she said. Where does the spying come in? Clark wondered. Everyone picked names. Clark chose Benny Blowfish. But all he wanted to know was who picked his name. Nobody spoke. It's a secret, said Miss Inky Dink. Man, I hate secrets, said Clark. Then Clark had a sharky idea. He told Joey. Now I get it. The best part about Christmas is getting presents. So what are you giving me? But Joey just shook his head. It's not what it's about, is it, you guys? Over the next few days, Clark tried to spy like a Santa. He peeked into his classmates' desk to figure out who had his present. But all he found was a shell, a sand dollar, and an old peanut butter and jellyfish sandwich. He tried to trick his friends with rhymes like, every fire has a spark. I bought a gift and it's for Bob? No, he wanted to know who has Clark's. But nobody confessed. Secret Santa stayed top secret. One morning, Miss Inky Dink told the class, today is our last chance to buy a gift because tomorrow is Secret Santa Day. Oh boy, said Joey. Oh, joy, said Amanda Wiggle. Oh, no, cried Clark. He tried so hard to learn who his Secret Santa was that it was getting him, he'd forgotten all about buying Benny's present. Even worse, he'd blown his allowance on the newest issue of Captain Suckermouth. Could Clark just give his favorite comic book to Benny? I don't see why not. The next morning, everyone placed their presents around the class Christmas tree. There were big gifts and small gifts, lumpy gifts and thumpy gifts. But which one was Clark's? One by one, kids claimed their presents. A hula hoop, said Amanda. Perfect, 'cause I love to wiggle. A baseball cap, said Billy Ray Ray. Someone really knows me. Socks? Said Sid the Squid. Thank you, Secret Santa. Look at all those socks. Clark looked around at his smiling classmates with their perfect gifts, and his tummy gave a twinge. He should have gotten a kazoo. Did Benny even like comics? Clark whispered to Miss Inky Dink. I have a problem. What is it? She asked. All the other Secret Santas got the right gift for the right person, he said. And I'm afraid mine's not so hot. Miss Inky Dink patted his cheek. It's the thought that counts, Clark cringed. He'd been thinking only of himself. At last, it was Benny's turn. He ripped open the wrapping while Clark held his breath. "Wow, Captain Suckermouth," said Benny. "I love Captain Suckermouth. Thank you, my secret Santa." Clark was relieved. He blurted, "You're welcome." Everybody laughed. "Well, so much for that secret," said Miss Inky Dink. He wasn't supposed to tell. Then Clark got a sweet surprise when he unwrapped his own present. "Secret Santa's been spying on me," he cried. "Yes, he has," Benny grinned. He got the Captain Suckermouth comic book. When all the gifts had been opened, Clark's class continued its party with cookies and carols and Christmassy fun. "Christmas rocks," said Clark. "But one thing about Christmas rocks the most of all." "What's that?" asked Joey. Let's see if Clark learned. Clark the shark smiled. "If you want to be smart, always give from the heart." The end. He did learn in the end. Way to go, Clark the shark. Yay! He learned what it was about. It's about what's in the heart. All right, you guys, the next book is Pete the Cat Saves Christmas. I wonder how Pete the Cat is going to save Christmas. This book is created and illustrated by James Dean. "'Twas the day before Christmas, and Santa was ill. In the cold winter wind, he had caught a bad chill. Will Christmas be canceled? Will it come to that? Never, cried Santa. Let's call Pete the Cat. Santa asked Pete to deliver the toys to all the good girls and all the good boys. I'll do it, said Pete, and although I am small, at Christmas we give, and we give it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas time we give, so we give it all. Pete jumped in his minibus and started to roll. Road trip, cried Pete. First stop, the North Pole. The reindeer were waiting to give Pete a tow, so he packed up the presents and told them to go. Then the minibus flew just like in a movie. Pete the cat cried, "This is totally groovy." I can do it, said Pete, and although I am small, at Christmas we give, so I'll give it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas time we give it your all. As the children were sleeping all snug in their beds, Pete and his reindeer appeared overhead. Straight down the chimney, Pete flew in a dash, then back in his minibus quick as a flash. Each time he delivered a holiday gift, he crossed off a name written on Santa's list. Ooh, that's a long list. Santa's list was so big that Pete felt so small. But at Christmas time we give, so he gave it his all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas time we give, so give it your all. At the very last minute, they reached the last house. Pete dashed in and out just as quiet as a mouse. Then right at the break of the new Christmas day, Pete and his reindeer were flying away. Back at the North Pole, old Santa was waiting. The elves and the townsfolk were all celebrating. Thank you, Pete. Small is cool. Santa was dressed in his red coat and hat and cried, hip, hip, hooray for our friend Pete the Cat. I did it, said Pete, and although I am small, in the spirit of Christmas, I gave it my all. Give it your all, give it your all. At Christmas we give, so give it your all. The end. That's right, you guys. At Christmas time, it's not about what we get, it's about what we can give. Even if those are small things like a hug or a thank you. It doesn't have to come from a store for it to be an amazing gift. Even just your presence is a present enough. I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. Happy holidays, and I'll see you again tomorrow night for more bedtime holiday stories with me, Miss Drew, and the Chickasha Public Library. Good night, friends. Bye.